Ladies and gents, we have finished playing Metal Gear Solid 1 on stream. We are rampaging through these games. They're so good. And Metal Gear Solid 1 represents a huge paradigm shift for this series. Let's jump in and take a look at Metal Gear Solid 1. So Metal Gear Solid 1 came out in 1998. This was on the PlayStation. And this was a huge technical powerhouse. Kojima is really able to take his film influences, which started sort of creeping into Metal Gear 2. He's able to take those way farther. Gorgeous displays of cinematography and action and voice acting and all of the stuff that he couldn't really do in the previous two games. Kojima is able to just run wild with everything. So it's got like the action and the emotion of a movie, but it also works that in with a lot of things that you could only really have ever experienced as a video game. There's a lot of things that are, being done through the controller, a lot of things that are being done, using different aspects of your system. There's a character who can actually like read things off of your memory card, and that's what makes Metal Gear Solid 1 so unique. It's not really trying to be a movie, it's using movie influences, and it's taking them and working it into something totally new.
I will show you my psychokinetic power. Put your controller on the floor. Put it down as flat as you can. That's good. Now I will move your controller by the power of my will alone. What do you think now? Can you feel my power now?
Stealth-wise, you have a few major upgrades. Number one, you can grab guards. So you can take them by the neck, choke them out. It's sort of like a much more subtle way of sneaking through a compound rather than just punching and kicking them. The enemy also has other tricks up their sleeves now. There are all sorts of security cameras, trapdoors in the floor. The guards can see your footprints in the snow. They can hear you knocking on the walls. They can detect you in all sorts of different ways. The game design is still pretty sneaky itself, just like it was in Metal Gear 1 and 2. They're trying to kill you, trying to trip you up all the time. In Metal Gear 2 already, we were starting to get some really interesting and unique boss battle situations. And so in Metal Gear Solid, there's a lot of like sort of legendary moments, not just in the sense of like shoot and dodge, but rather like how do I think myself out of this situation? How do I get around this person? How do I hide from this person? There's a lot of sort of unique things about the boss battles, and I feel like this is where the boss battles have truly come into their own. What if I punch him? There you go.
Now we can fight as warriors. Hand to hand. It is the basis of all combat.
And speaking of the boss battles, the way that they set up the bosses in this game is really well done. In Metal Gear 1 and 2, it sort of just feels like the boss battle itself is the only time when that boss is really referenced. They're never really that consequential to the story either before or after the boss battle occurs. You're playing the game, and then, I'm jumping out and I'm here's my name, I'm the kooky mercenary who does this.
I am Dirty Duck. Go ahead and shoot if you dare.
And then you fight them and you kill them and that's it. In Metal Gear Solid, those are established from the beginning of the game, and you get like dossiers on them, you learn about them, and you hear references to them throughout the game. So they're not just like chapter ending moments. They're like actual, very consequential parts of the story, very important parts of the story.
I've left my mark on you. I won't forget it. Until I kill you. You're all I think about.
Metal Gear Solid 1, of course, for many of you guys, for me as well, this was like the first of the series that I had played. And I think Kojima kind of planned for it to be that way. Like he understood the MSX2 was a Japanese platform, so Metal Gear 2 was never available in the US, and then Metal Gear 1 was only available in like a bastardized form on the NES. So he knew that nobody in the United States had really played his two original games. So Metal Gear Solid 1 in a lot of places almost feels like a remake or a reimagining of Metal Gear 1 and 2. There are actually a lot of puzzles, a lot of set pieces, a lot of story concepts that get repeated in Metal Gear Solid, that already happened in Metal Gear 1 and 2. Things like looking at the back of the box or in the instruction manual to find secret frequencies and stuff, that was already in the Metal Gear games. Even things as specific as like following a female soldier who's disguised and goes into the women's bathroom is like literally recreated from Metal Gear 2 into Metal Gear Solid. So like a lot of the puzzles and concepts from those two games are almost cannibalized into this one. And I think that's a really cool idea.
Oh crap. 140.00.
Snake, watch out. You're in a minefield.
Who are you?
I'm your #1 fan. Keep up the good work.
Snake, be careful. There are claymore mines around there. Use a mine detector.
Who are you anyway?
One of your fans.
Guys, if you haven't played Metal Gear Solid, you're thinking about it, absolutely play it. Not only because it's an amazing game, but if you're trying to play this series, Metal Gear Solid is very key in the story. So don't start with Metal Gear Solid 2, don't start with Metal Gear Solid 3. You should absolutely play this game. Thank you so much for joining this classic game review of Metal Gear Solid. I'm so excited to be playing these games. Make sure you subscribe on this YouTube channel if you want to see more of these videos. We have all sorts of stuff on here. And everybody, I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.